It's my cloudy, sunny day. Close my eyes, watch it all fade away. Don't you worry if it all feels the same. Just keep trying, you will know when it changes. It's your cloudy, sunny day. Close your eyes, watch it all fade away.
Did y'all see him in James Bond?
Yeah. Who, Dennis Quaid?
Yeah.
Was that right? No, Pierce Brosnan.
Fuck. Dennis Quaid was in Speed.
Who was in Mamma Mia? Pierce Brosnan.
Wasn't Dennis Quaid also in Mamma Mia?
Who's Dennis Quaid?
He's not British.
Wait a
though.
second.
Yeah,
right?
he's
Yeah, he can't be Bond.
He was in Jurassic Park, right?
Dennis Quayle.
no.
No, he wasn't in Jurassic
No.
Park.
You're thinking of Sam Neill,
There you
who
go.
is from New Zealand, I believe.
Oh, Dennis Quaid's got like a modern looking haircut. It looks pretty good.
What do you expect?
What does that
Just like a
mean?
Gregorian, like
know.
bald.
Did he get a mohawk?
It's not a modern.
He was just thinking just old man.
yeah, I just thought would have like
What just happened?
He's got the modern like shag or what do they call that? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
Well, it's yeah. That's super duper in right now with
Yeah.
some bangs.
Yeah, I basically have it
Yeah,
whenever
exactly,
my
yeah.
hair's not so long.
Yeah.
I don't have it right now. My hair's up.
Very
I got a
trendy.
haircut.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
faulted.
Dave.
Morning.
Arms crossed.
I faulted.
Welcome to Don't Be the Artist. I'm Hagen.
I faulted. I faulted. I'm Dave.
I'm Adam.
You're gonna break somebody's brain there. I saw a really good
Mine for a
TikTok.
second.
I saw a really good TikTok where it's like when NPR wakes me up in the morning because that's a lot of people's like alarm clock in the
Yeah.
morning, and it's just like it was basically somebody speaking in an NPR voice, but they kept like just randomly changing the subject, and it was like, and it just like I was listening, I was like, man, this sounds like NPR, but like holy shit, I don't know what's happening in this discussion.
I'm freaking out.
What's
Yeah.
your name?
I'm Jackson, and for our video only, no audio, I don't have a Dr. Pepper tonight.
You can't hear us, idiot.
But I picked it up, and they'll be like, wow, where's the Dr. Pepper? And they'll be like, it's on his ankle.
Why don't you have a Dr. Pepper?
I don't know.
What is that called?
This is the Trader Joe's sparkling white tea with pomegranate juice beverage.
Nice.
The real reason I'm doing Invisalign, and like my teeth shifted in such a way that like one of them was overlapping another, and like it moved, and like I don't know if you guys have ever seen a cavity, but like typically it's not like us laymen's don't see a cavity and you're just like, oh, that's a cavity. Typically you
see.
can only tell like through X-ways or like
That's excellent.
or like discoloration. But like one of my teeth that was like overlapping, I like was like, oh, well, that looks like a hole on my tooth. And I was so upset.
That's one way to know.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but like when it's your own tooth, because I showed it to multiple people and they're like, that's not what, like you texted me something different.
Are you at like a coffee shop? Like, hey, you can look at my tooth for a second?
I had lunch with my mom And when I got into the car, I like before I put my Invisalign back in, I checked my teeth. I'm like, is there anything in my teeth? And I noticed, I was like, there's something in my teeth. My mom's like my mom's a grandma. And I was like, do you have a flosser? And she's like, yeah, I also have Werther's. I also have lotion. What do you
Jesus.
need? And she basically gave me the flosser and I was flossing. I was like, it's not coming out. What is it? And then I like look closer and I was like, oh, it's fucking hole. It's a little dent in my tooth. And it was really, it's not that bad. But it,
On your tooth?
yeah, I can show you later. But
Yeah, I want to see it.
it basically like when
I
it's
wanna
your
see it.
own tooth, when it's your own body, you're like, well, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
most terrible thing ever. And
Yeah.
everyone that I showed it, I was like, I look like a fucking hillbilly. I'm earning my Southern stamp today. And they're like, it's really not that bad. Only you notice this.
We can take the Southern stamp if you do the fucking Daniel Craig Southern voice again, because that's the least Southern sounding.
Another layer, another layer.
That's the least Southern sounding thing.
But that's why I have this, because I was like, I have an appointment. I'm very busy this week and next week, and my dentist couldn't get me in the like 1 hour I have available. So I'm trying to not drink a bunch of sugar between then and now.
Hey, you're doing a great job at not sounding like you have Invisalign in.
Thank you.
It's really good.
Thank you. I do take it out whenever I'm like drinking coffee and things such as that, Dr. Pepper. And sometimes I'll be in a work meeting that's like an hour and a half long. And I'm like, well, I don't want to leave it out that long. So I'll step out, put it back in. Then I come in and I start talking. And it takes me like 5 minutes to get back into it. And I can tell, like, not everybody I know knows that I have it.
Right.
So like I can tell like sometimes people are like, why is he lisping? What's going on?
Like something changed when you walked outside.
Yeah. It's definitely I feel a bit bad, but it's also kind of funny watching them like
No,
be
that's
like,
definitely fun.
And figure it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had it's not with teeth, but it's something kind of similar. It wasn't to me, but over the weekend that I was playing shows, the bass player of the band walked over to me to talk to me during the middle of a song. And he had a big old boogie in his mustache.
Nice.
Oh, no. You would tell me, right?
I don't know how to tell you in the
have
middle
to.
of a fucking song.
Oh, that is different.
You'd have to figure it out.
Let's
snare
figure
mic
it out
picks it
now.
up.
Yeah. Just yell the word bug.
Bug.
I'll figure it out.
Bug, okay.
Yeah. You have to tell people that.
do have
You have to tell
Yeah.
people, but I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah.
I have no
So
shame
is
in
he.
Yeah, but I have no shame in telling somebody like that I've just met, like, hey, you have a bat in the cave.
Yeah. I don't like
You got
have
some
to do that.
cilantro in your tooth.
Especially because like
I was trying to think if the cilantro in the tooth is like an analogy, like the bat in the cave was.
No.
But I was like, oh no, they just have cilantro.
Hey,
in
there's
the
some
cilantro.
grass. There's some grass in the yard.
a cilantro in the tooth is worth 2 bats in the cave.
There you go.
That's what they say.
Is that the
Is
conversion
that
rate?
what they say?
Yep, it's what they say.
Bird in the
they?
bush. is
Yep.
worth 2 in the hand.
Thank you, Dave. The oldest person here understood it.
Yeah.
I understood it.
I didn't do. I didn't think we had to spell it out.
Yeah.
Could you spell it out?
No.
Too many S's.
I'll say.
But you do have to tell people.
Oh yeah.
I've only had one instance in my life where I've saw something like that.
I'm
getting-
so happy I didn't fucking take a sip of my
I
drink.
saw something like that.
It's on something.
That would have been all over.
Yeah. I'm getting real southern here.
I saw something.
Yeah.
Sound like a 50s mobster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
I
something.
saw something. Yeah.
That's what we need Daniel Craig to do next.
So,
He's mobster.
Yeah.
very good. Yeah, so fuck. Yeah, I only had one instance where I saw somebody in a situation like that, and it was in LA. I was at this nice restaurant, and it's one of those places where like you're there and you're like, this is trendy like this month, and in a month no one's gonna give a fuck about it. But I was just along for the ride, and like I look over like maybe 4 or 5 tables across from us, and I see this girl who's on this date, and like out of her armpit, I see the tag on her shirt, and I was like,
How do I navigate
fuck.
this?
How do I
need to tell this lady.
So like I told like I was with multiple women, and I told I was with multiple women.
A harem.
Yes, and I told them, I was like, hey, like it can't be me. Like, is there something like? could you guys like if you see her go to the bathroom, like try and like rush before like she goes to the bathroom? Could you like tell her like what do we do
It's like
here?
wait outside the stall, like you have a tag, ma'am.
Yeah.
Walk in the bathroom shouting.
She's like, oh fuck.
We never figured it out, but it was one of those things where like I could tell like I'm profiling her, but like I could tell like this is somebody who would care very much about that and be very like mortified to get home and be like, oh my god, my shirt was inside out, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And not be able to like laugh it off. So I was like, how can we make her life a little bit better here? We never figured it out. So
Just
So
walk
you-
up
you
with
didn't.
scissors and just cut it off for her.
yeah. We debated. She had the same waiter as us, and we were like, "Do we tell the waiter?" And the waiter like
That would've been fun.
covertly. But then I was like,
Tip the
that
waiter.
could go like really poorly.
Well,
That's
you could
true.
do like
That's
if,
true.
too bad it wasn't again like the 50s because the waiter could just
Too
walk
bad
up
it
and
wasn't
go,
the 50s.
the waiter could just walk up and go, ma'am, you have a phone call.
Yeah, that's fair. That would have been one way to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
You ever had someone hand you a piece of gum?
What?
Like, like
Multiple times,
hold on.
like, a
sure.
lot.
I didn't give enough context. I was talking
Wait,
to
like
someone.
a chewed up piece of gum?
Yeah, no.
Yes, I have.
I was
had
talking to someone the other day, and we were talking in close proximity about how far you and I are from each other, Megan. And this person just pulls out a bag of gum and like hands me one, and then takes one for the
Unprompted.
Oh.
I was gonna say,
Unprompted.
you're supposed to
Unprompted.
take one for yourself too, so they don't feel as
He,
bad.
he did.
but-
He took one for himself, but he
yeah.
handed me one first.
Yeah, the
and I
first part
thought,
is-
thank you, but also immediately it was like, shit.
It's some people.
Do I have
view-
bad breath?
Some people, oh, yeah, that's the same thing I would think. Some people do it as like a polite thing. My dad carries
Yeah.
like a mint container around, and he pulls it out, and it's always is just like mint, and I'm like, yes, I will take a mint.
The question's fine.
But he doesn't like ask. He
But
puts
the
it, he
here-
puts it, he puts like he has the mint thing he has is a little like you press it at the top.
Oh,
and it
he
comes
has a
out.
Pez dispenser.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Very German.
Sorry, yeah, my dad likes Pez.
A man of the world.
So
But yeah.
he'll just pull it out and be like, all right, Pez.
Is it
But he doesn't
Spider-Man?
ask. He just it's Spider-Man Pez. He just puts it out and then waits for me to put my hand out and then that's it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I
my
think
mom's the
doing
same way
it
with
first
that.
is
weird.
is a bit much.
It's a weird move.
My mom's the same way with Altoids and Werthers and little floss picks.
Yeah.
So she actually had Werther's.
Yeah, and my brother,
That is a grandmother thing to do.
and my brother, who's Hagen's age, is still like not an old man.
Getting close though. Getting close though.
Not an old man.
Dying,
No.
How
dying
many
constantly.
years are between you and I? Is it like 7?
I don't know. I
It's
don't
like-
know how old
I'm
you
It's like
are.
33.
70 to him. So
5.
5 years. Okay.
Yeah, give or take. Look, take.
Give
Take. It's 5. Well, I meant like by like the months. I don't know exactly when your birthday is. I have Adam's birthday on my calendar.
Wait.
And I know your birthday.
Do you know what month his birthday is in?
no, he just said he doesn't know.
Now before
No.
we move
Nope.
past this, don't look at your phone. Do you know what
No,
month?
I don't.
Do you know what month Jackson's birthday is in?
I'm going to guess August?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh,
Scorpio.
December.
No, also not that.
Oh, then October?
Just keep going. It's November.
Dude, this is what my students do when I ask them theory questions. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
don't guess. You're wasting my fucking time.
Well, you'll know. You can remember because I'm always out of town on my birthday. That's like I like to travel for my birthday.
Except for
Oh,
last
okay.
year.
Yeah.
Oh, I have it
That
in
was
my
just
phone.
a
I have it
money
in my-
thing, you know. Thanks for calling me out.
Oh, I thought it was because of Juno.
No. Juno was my backup plan.
We could do an episode on my birthday this year. So let's do
Nice.
that and not tell Jackson that it's my birthday.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Yeah.
I might have your. Let's figure this out.
No.
No, I mean, you keep going.
We can move into the topic soon, but
I feel like I had something to say. Oh, my brother, who's your age, loves Werthers.
Oh.
Like,
well, he's also a daddy.
yeah, he is a dad, but like
Yeah, that ages you like a decade at least.
crazy. I did text my brother this week, and I got like a warning. I didn't know cars do this now, but like it warned me, hey, the tread on your back tires is low. You should get that checked. And I was like, well, that's really nice.
How the fuck does
Right?
it know that?
I have no clue. So my
right.
brother.
I
He
wonder
must
if my
have
car
a
does that
really
now.
nice
Like-
car.
So my brother.
Like tire pressure, I get that one. Makes
I don't get it
sense.
either, Adam. Genuinely,
I think they're just guessing.
I studied
No,
engineering.
Your car probably has cammers on it.
I studied
Yeah, his car is
engineering,
like
and
all
I've
cameras.
Like a
been
backup
trying
camera.
to figure this out. But my brother used to work in a tire department. And so like I was like, hey, I got this warning on my car and I can't figure out how they could possibly know that. How do you check shred because I don't want to go somewhere and just get sold.
A quarter.
So I sent, well, no, he sent me like this whole like chart and he said, just send me pictures, get under there, send them with your car. There's specific issues on the shoulder of the tire. So like he knew everything. And he's like, yeah, that one's fucked. Your rear right tire is fucked. He's like, yeah, just get them all replaced. And I was like, this is like a father-son type thing, but that's my brother.
That's your brother.
Yeah.
Who's like
Well,
3 years older than me.
Look, if we weren't taught how to do something, we can't be shamed for not knowing how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was out on the road this
Adam's birthday's coming up.
It is.
It is.
Woo!
I'm gonna be old.
Yeah, we got a couple weeks. I'll be in town for that.
Nice. I was out on the road this weekend, like I said, and the only thing I really want to talk about is we ate like a bunch of really good food. But if you're in Austin, Casa Colombia is holy fuck amazing. I had never had Colombian food before, but that shit was, oh my god. It's not vegetarian friendly at all, which is like, kind of a bummer for us this weekend. But it's like the appetizer is just a basket of meat and potatoes. That's it.
Fuck yeah.
Disgusting. Ew.
It's a good fit in America.
I guess, but I feel like American cuisine is so much more like they try to like fancy
Deep fry
things up
everything.
and like but this is just
They
like
try to gussy it up.
yeah. This is just hearty deliciousness. Oh fuck, so good.
Update: I do not have Dave's birthday. I'm sorry to tell you, but I do have the birthday of the drummer who I just started playing with. So I feel guilty about that. I do feel guilty about
That's
that.
fine. I try not to make a big deal out of my birthday.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. So
Yeah.
we all appreciate that.
Yeah.
I make a big deal out of my birthday.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
You and your wife like to make big deals out of like y'all's celebrations. It's nice.
She doesn't really care. I just
It's all
do that.
Hagen.
Oh, so it's
Yeah,
all you.
I just do. I like birthdays. Yeah.
Well, I meant like anniversaries, all that kind of stuff y'all do.
Oh,
Like
probably-
you do
yeah, well,
weeks
it's just-
of like
Well,
like
it's-
a week of things.
Yeah, it's just like it's a nice excuse to like go to
Right.
do stuff because I'm probably still busy during that week, but like I can at least set aside time to make sure okay, this week we are actually going to be doing
No,
stuff.
it's a
So-
good thing.
Yeah.
It's not something I would want, but I can tell. I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense for Hagen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we have Valentine's Day stuff tomorrow. So
Football. I thought that would get us into this.
yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it works,
It did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
We were
did.
all just kind of confused about it, but yeah.
Did anybody watch the Super Bowl, like the game?
That's what I was going to ask. I don't even know who
I
played.
was at a Super Bowl party, so I think I'm the closest person to somebody
Me.
who watched one.
I was driving home from somewhere last night with my wife, and I was like, God, I'm so glad I'm not at a fucking Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fine.
I know.
It wasn't bad. I didn't pay attention to any of the game.
Did Kansas City play?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm surprised I got that far.
Every year, my partner and I try to figure out the day after. We're like, who the fuck played? Don't look at your phone. Who played? And we never can figure it out.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
sports boys.
Yeah, we had no clue. Don't even know who won. And I still don't know who played.
The-
Who played?
Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know?
Adam
and Kansas
played.
City. Yeah.
I'm sure there's an Adam
No, it's-
on that field.
No, but
Kansas City and
The Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
and who won?
Kansas City.
Rob
Oh, okay.
McElhenney.
Glad you know.
Kansas City won. It was a pretty good game.
I do know it was
Did you
last
watch it?
minute.
I just know what happened. I didn't watch the game. Fuck no, it's so long. It's just like
Oh yeah,
fuck,
it's like how many hours?
too many.
Like 5 hours
fart,
of bullshit.
Fart.
And
Yeah, fart.
Fart.
It was. I know the game
I
was
faulted.
a good game. I know that.
I faulted.
And it was a good game up until the end where the refs made some really stupid calls and everybody was mad about it.
What are you, blind?
Apparently it also was a bummer because I think that Kansas City won off a field goal, which is like really boring. But
I would
that's
argue
why
the whole
people
thing's boring.
were mad about it at the end. Okay.
people are mad about a lot of things.
Well, no,
but I don't know.
The people
yeah.
at the place I was specifically at, they were very mad at the ending.
Yeah, I think the
And I was just like, I don't know, it's over now. It's great.
the ref apparently made some call that made a holding call when the guy's like hand was just on the other guy's back. So it shouldn't have been a holding
Sure,
call.
we all know what that means.
And then you could probably deduce what a holding call would be. Yeah.
No, I don't.
If I hold a person.
I thought you were talking about holding the football.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I guess.
genuinely, that, like the dribbling, the no traveling, like that's what
I thought there was an
assuming.
equivalent for
Yeah.
football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you're
if he
supposed
didn't dribble the football
you're
enough.
supposed to hold the
Yeah, I was
football.
gonna say the game where they run yards.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
they're not. They don't
Yeah.
dribble.
I understand they run, but
football.
you know, maybe they can't go a certain way. I don't know.
They don't dribble the fucking football.
The football doesn't go on the ground, and when it does, the play's over. That's it.
Fair
Commercials.
enough. But I'm the one who said the dribbling thing.
Yeah.
But so apparently there was a holding call that was bullshit, and then the game ended on a field goal. People were pissed about that, but Kansas City won. And I didn't check, but I heard that Philadelphia is rioting because of
Fuck yeah.
Well, they were going to do that anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, they were going
I-
to riot no matter what.
I saw a video of people greasing the street
Oh, yeah.
lamps.
Mhm,
Like
yeah.
the municipality was hired to
No,
grease the street lamps.
They have part of that as their budget every
Yeah.
year.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
They spend millions of dollars on Crisco every year.
yeah.
So people can't climb them?
So they can't
Yeah.
climb
Yeah,
them.
because
Like-
apparently on the way to the Super Bowl,
That's
cars were
sexy.
already getting flipped.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like before the game even fucking started, people were flipping cars.
Hey, you got to
Sunday
warm
morning.
up before the workout.
Sunday morning before bars open, people were out flipping cars in
Yep.
front of a bar.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And it was in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Well, no.
No.
No, Kansas
Flipping the
City.
cars was in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the fans of the game.
Yeah, they're just terrible people. I like
Getting juiced
Philadelphia,
up.
but
Yeah. Yeah. So
awful people.
an awful people. So that's all I know about the game itself, but I don't think we're here to talk about the game itself.
Yep. So let's move on.
Wait, can we talk Can we talk about Chris Stapleton's performance of the Star Spangled Banner?
Right,
Yes,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can.
It was so fucking good.
Wait. Interesting.
I
Wait.
thought it was incredible.
Okay.
Wait.
I think he did a great job, but while I
Did
was
you
watching
cry?
it, no. I was
A lot of football
Like a
players
lot of
cried.
people
Oh, they did, yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
So the whole thing about that is people are like, wow, it's so American, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
No,
that's
that's- yeah.
not how I interpreted that. I interpreted it as this is probably the most overwhelming position this person could be in. Also, they all have CTE, but it's definitely that didn't get any laughs.
Because it's fucking true.
Oh, it is true.
yeah.
Because it's true.
We were all
and
just
horrible.
like, yes.
And
Yeah.
every fucking football fan is like, it's just part of it, you know. Sometimes you just go. It's like it doesn't have to be part of it. But
Yeah.
sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, I'm the one who brought it up. But I took it as like, this is like
It's just a
the
stressful day.
No, I don't even see it as stressful. I see it as like this is the most high
Mm-hmm.
that this person will ever be on. Like that's got to be overwhelming. People aren't
Yeah.
at your graduation crying because of that fucking March song that they have. That like I forget it. What?
Canon and D.
Sure. And people aren't crying at a wedding because they're hearing Canon and D. They're crying because it's the wedding, the what's
Yeah.
happening, and like they're like, "Wow, such a fucking American." I'm like, no,
Well, so
no, that's not what's happening, idiot.
the biggest issue with the such an American thing is that Chris Stapleton singing it makes it so fucking American, like the hyper country, like whatever, like that like gives all the patriots even more fuel to the fire, you know, that kind of thing. But
Yes, my people.
super
Southern.
super duper interesting performance. There was the first things that I saw on my like social media before I watched any of the performances. I've read a bunch of opinions,
and they were
What the fuck? Why?
just because I was on social media last night and I didn't watch the performance till today. So
It's so wild,
I
man.
I don't actively care. So
Yeah,
like,
right.
and I'm gonna form my own opinion no matter what. Like I was just taking in what people thought. I'm not gonna use that as my like guideline.
Yeah.
But there was a number of people initially that I saw that were like worst performance of the Star Spangled Banner.
No.
It was super pitchy.
Fergie.
It was like the worst is too far. It was some people were like it was boring, whatever. And I think the only thing that I could possibly say, like hyper negatively, was that he had a really hard time getting started. It took him a long time to find his way.
I can see that. The first line that he came in with, I was like, well, what was that? And
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
rewound it because I watched it on YouTube. And then I was like, oh, I listened to the harmony underneath and like it was perfect.
I like that he was in drop D.
Was that a baritone? Oh, okay.
I don't
anyway,
It was drop D.
drop D. Anyway,
I just saw him holding his like guitar
yeah.
neck like that,
Right.
and I was like, drop D.
The rendition was in D flat. So
so he was
Yeah.
half
Who
step
told you
down.
that? Baby shoes.
me,
Okay.
I told me that.
Me told me that. I thought it was great.
I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was like I didn't think it was. I thought he did a really great job of like the hard part of the song, which is the high notes. He did a great job of how to approach all that stuff. He added a little flair in certain
The
sections.
reharms.
I thought that his guitar playing and his accompaniment was like his self accompaniment was awesome. I thought that was really really creative. I agree with some of like the pitchy comments, but he wasn't pitchy in the spots that were like that people are like really paying attention anyway. So yeah, I thought it was fine.
You know who wasn't pitchy at all? Rihanna.
Well, hold on a second. I'm not done yet. I had a moment watching it where I thought, like, fuck, I'm not used to watching stuff that's so patriotic. And I was thinking about the pressure that he had on himself. So I imagined the juxtaposition of him practicing that arrangement in his home
Yeah.
just by himself. Like, I think I'll do this, do that. And then you find yourself on the field. You talked about playing at the Texas Theater, and it's like there's 140 people. But for Chris Stapleton, there was probably 80,000 people in that stadium.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
So
he-
my
and he
accomplishment
knows
was
how
very
many-
small.
comparatively,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And considerably less patriotic.
Yeah. And like I read something like what, like 100 million people watch the Super Bowl, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
An
But
insane amount.
Yeah.
And then
So like mine's like baby shoes.
baby shoes.
Yeah.
Because like you just imagine him doing like the rehearsal.
Yeah.
And it's like to an empty stadium, you're like, oh well, there's going to be 60,000
Right.
people. He's
Yeah.
probably played to that many people before.
Exactly. And
But
then,
then you add in, oh, it's on TV.
and as soon
I
as
don't think you even think about the TV part.
I
but
think
no.
you do when there's a
But-
big
but-
ass camera in your face.
yeah, exactly. Not only that, as soon as he's done, the planes fly over and fireworks go off, and it's
Yeah.
like the timing of all of that. I also thought about being the person that's like, okay, and planes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And planes.
And planes.
That's a hell of a job, dude.
It is if you think about it.
And planes.
And planes.
I could do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You going to do that next year?
And
No,
planes.
it's a waste of money, but yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
And planes.
You know who wasn't pitchy?
Rihanna. Why wasn't she pitchy, Dave?
Because she didn't sing live.
Yeah, but that's fine.
But
Yeah,
that's
totally
every,
fine.
everybody
Wait.
argues about this every year.
Wait.
Yeah, like they were saying like they're
Ev-
like accusing her of like lip singing. I was like,
Wait.
accusation.
But she did sing live for plenty
For
of portions.
some of it, yeah.
yeah.
So you could tell when she, yeah.
You
when
can
she
hear
did.
it's doubled. It's double. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
doubled there on fucking on accident. Like that's the thing I don't get. People were like, she's so bad at lip singing. I'm like, no. First of all, she's doing a good job of
It's
of
on
lip singing.
purpose, yeah.
Second of all, she's actually singing on plenty of parts, and you can obviously tell. And also, if you're mad about lip singing in this scenario, you've just never seen a pop show.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
It was all-
holy
or
fuck.
any other halftime show.
Yeah. Well, that too. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So the whole thing starts off with her just like there's 5 platforms. She's obviously in the center one. That's the highest, just like suspended up in the air.
Insane.
And
Yeah.
the whole time I'm thinking like, so what was this like before the commercial break? They just lift her up and they're like, just wait. Just wait.
It took a long time for them to get set up.
Oh,
actually.
did it?
Yeah. I'm sure.
People
That
where
makes
I was
sense.
at, they were like, "When the fuck is the halftime show going to start?" Like, it's been half an hour. I'm like, it hasn't been half an hour, but
It
yeah,
happened.
it's been a lot of
That's wild.
commercials.
I was watching this and they were super suspended. I was like, well, I've worked a job that is concerned with heights.
Yeah,
Where's the safety protection? I found it. I was watching.
right
like,
behind you.
yeah. You
just
could
one
see
little
her
white-
hooked.
Yeah.
But I was like seeing it. I was like, that makes sense. But also, you're pregnant, so it's like I don't know about that.
Can you imagine if she fell
Yeah.
and was just hanging from that fucking platform?
yeah.
I woke up to a like article that says Rihanna rep confirms she is pregnant. And I when I saw that, I was like, or after halftime show, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's interesting. They were saying like, oh, fans speculated because of her silhouette, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I watched it, I was like, what speculation is
where was the
happening here? Like her silhouette.
There was
what?
speculation leading up to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl
Okay.
halftime show
okay.
that she was pregnant. There was a lot of people were like, she's pregnant, and then this was supposed to be the big reveal.
But this wasn't like
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
What was it, Baychella, where like she was pregnant
Right,
for that,
yeah.
and like she announced it afterwards, and everyone was like, "Holy shit, we didn't
Yeah.
know," and like you couldn't tell,
Right.
and that's badass. But like this was like, this is badass, but it's also like, duh, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
like
100%.
yeah.
So like when I saw that article, I was like, well, I feel misled here. That's yeah. Anybody or is anybody Rihanna fans or just a general like, hey, I hear it on the radio?
There's a couple songs that I quite like. I saw like a really great take about about the whole thing that was like she has had just a full really impressive career, and
absolutely.
for her to do like the 14-minute performance and literally just banger after banger after banger,
Yeah.
like song that had blown up, and some of them were just so short snippets of those
like
moments
15
too.
seconds.
Yeah, and
Because
like
some of them were features that she
Yeah.
weren't even her songs.
Yeah.
She was just singing on other people's songs and they're a hit.
I'm so happy she didn't do the Paul McCartney "Yay" song. I'm like so fucking happy.
This is her first thing in like 5 years, apparently.
She dropped was it like her first performance maybe?
Yeah.
She dropped something last year, but she's working on a reggae record is what I read too. But
She's
like
from Barbados.
yeah. So she said she's like super open to trying a bunch of other styles of music, and she's working on this. But the amount of material and like how much she's released, which I think it's like 5 albums, and to have that many fucking huge bangers and to fit probably all of them, if not almost all of them, into that amount of time. It was a very, very impressive performance, arranging wise. I thought that like her dancing and her moving and everything like that, like that was obviously really well rehearsed, but like really good. I was pretty enticed most of the time.
I don't think any of us know this because none of us are women. And then also none of us have had a partner or wife who has had a child. But I assume here, they say like, oh, the old adage of like, you're eating for 2, that kind of thing. I kind of assume that just goes for everything of like, hey, everything is just extra effort when you're pregnant, especially as pregnant as she appears. And I'm just thinking like, yeah, like breathing's got to be just extra, obviously just like walking and doing shit is just extra. And I was just thinking like, damn, like, yeah, she's not like going absolutely insane, but like dancing, running up and down that platform, and just like the general adrenaline is draining.
There was a lot of like squatting type of moves she had to do that were really fast that I thought was really impressive, especially
twerking.
Yeah.
Some twerking. Yeah, Dave noticed the twerking. I like Rihanna. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm sitting down and listening to her, but that fucking the yellow diamonds and the scent in that song, I'm just like, fuck, it just takes me back to a time. And I'm like, yeah, this feels good. It just like feels very good.
It was a good choice for a halftime show.
Yeah, she's got a really like. I agree with Hagen. Her career is incredible, and apparently she's got like a lot of like. She's got a makeup company that
Fenty Beauty,
and apparently like specializes like apparently this is an issue, like people of color, like specific, I think it's foundation and stuff like that. They don't have a wide variety,
Right.
Whereas if you have like a peach complexion, they have every variety. And so like her brand specifically focuses on that, and it like sells out really quickly because like it just shows that there's a demand for that. So she's like got this incredible career and multiple facets.
Yeah.
and I'm fairly certain she has a clothing company that does the same
Yeah.
thing, like caters to all sizes of women.
Yeah, the performance I thought was really, really good. The one thing that I kept seeing, because I read all the takes obviously before I saw it, was the bring live music back to the Super Bowl thing. Like why isn't there a fucking
This is live
band?
music. It's
Why-
just different.
I just don't.
When is that generation going to be done?
I don't. It's
that-
it's our generation
Yeah,
who's
it's-
fucking posting.
it's
about
everyone.
it. And
Yeah.
it blows my fucking mind. And it's like they'll just reference how good Prince was. It's like shut the fuck up, shut, stop talking.
Yeah.
Holy
Also,
shit.
that's a high bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry, it's not the best show that anyone's ever done at a Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah, fuck.
Did you guys ever listen to that band Extreme? You know, the song More Than Words.
Yeah.
They had a
Yeah.
couple.
Yeah.
The guitarist, her live guitarist, is the guitarist from that band.
Really?
I like
Cool.
saw him and I was like, that guy seems familiar. And
Yeah.
then I like looked up her band and I was like, oh fuck. I like how she walked past her band, didn't acknowledge anyone, and then the bassist like put out his hand and they did like a little like pound it. I was
Yeah.
like,
I'm pretty sure her bassist was Adam Blackstone, who is like he does bass for like everything.
is that him?
That's Adam Blackstone. Yeah,
That's Adam Blackstone.
Yeah.
You
He
hear
was-
that, Adam?
yeah.
Not
I
Blackstone?
knew that.
Adam Whitestone.
Well,
Here you go, buddy. Cancel button for it. I accidentally gave you 2.
He's the music director for like Justin Timberlake, Rihanna,
Okay.
Eminem, like everybody.
Rihanna. Really?
Yeah.
I wonder how
cool.
he got the job.
Yeah.
God.
He has that. What's the name of like that band? Because like
He has Blackstone Entertainment.
I guess that's what it is. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I know that after I saw Justin Timberlake, I went and looked up his backing
Yeah.
band because he kept plugging his whole band. It was like these guys are fucking insane.
And he does all the arranging too.
Okay, gotcha.
Would y'all
Wow.
panic going up on these platforms?
Yes.
Like, is that something? There are no rails. Like that's just taking you up.
I'm down.
You would do it?
Yeah.
I would do it. I think I'd panic.
I would love that. That sounds great. So
That's my dream, actually. I just want to go up in a platform in the sky.
You want to go up?
I want to go up. I very much want to go up.
Well, hit me up. I can get you a job.
Fuck yeah, dude. This is great. This is excellent news. Yeah, I loved the platforms. I loved the, we were talking about with like Chris Stapleton, like don't think about you're being filmed. But I thought that this one was like, she was, the choreography was like for the camera.
Yeah.
It was like the walking towards the camera, like all that kind
and
of stuff.
That's when the halftime show has been better.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
the past.
Yeah.
Rather
the
than just
Weeknd
having
one.
having like the Who or whoever play on a stage that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Like,
I forgot we didn't mention this is your yearly reminder that this is the biggest exposure bucks gig of all time.
True.
You do not get
although
paid.
It's not as bad as it used to be apparently because Apple paid for all the production costs.
Yeah, this
for
is the
her,
first
so-
time, right? It's like normally it's
Pepsi.
Is it Pepsi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But
Last
part of that deal for the sponsorship was that Apple was going to pay the production because the Weeknd had to pay his
Yeah.
$7 million.
the last thing I have to say about this is I found it so weird when she said, "Thank you, Arizona." I was like, well, that's where you are, but that's not who you're performing to. I was like, it just for some reason, like something in my brain was like, nope,
Like,
wrong.
thank you, America. Like,
Yeah.
Thank you,
or just like
world.
don't say thank you. Just smile and bow. Like that feels more like in that scenario.
I really hope she would have gone like, I'm pregnant. Like,
Yeah, I just had a moment of just like, no, that's wrong. It's no, but yeah, obviously that's dumb.
Yeah, I thought it was really well done. I find it weird now to see like artists that I grew up listening to in high school, like that all my friends liked, actually doing the Super Bowl performances.
Yeah, there's. I would say that I actually had a realization because I was watching some like Super Bowl performances throughout the year, and I was like, wait, like the Prince performance everyone references, and like the Who, and like I think AC/DC, like that.
Did people
there was, like,
AC/DC played?
That was like in 2007 or some shit.
Yeah.
Like-
well, they had a whole bit of like legacy act basically.
Yeah, and I watched the performances.
that was
I watched like
specifically after
And
like
Prince was
Janet
the only
Jackson.
good one.
I watched like snippets
Well,
of that
right,
shit, and I was like,
'cause-
God, this sucks.
They had a whole thing where different like outside production companies would produce the show. Then that happened with Janet Jackson, and then the NFL did it all, and they're all old and white
Yeah.
guys, and they're like,
well,
who do we want to have?
And now Rock Nation produces it,
Right.
which is Jay-Z's
It's-
company.
yeah,
Yeah.
Rock Nation and now Apple Music producing it. So it wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me if we see newer, younger artists even getting in.
She's
as a
like
consideration. at
30
least.
something. I
Yeah,
think
she
she's
is,
your age, Dave.
Do we have any guesses on who's going to do it next year?
Dave is gonna do. Yeah, she's 34.
I'm not that age.
Fuck, dude, I know, but like it's
That really
basically.
says a lot about how much she did at such a young age, too.
It's insane.
I think that she
Yeah.
was like she like went into one of those like talent agencies at like 16. It was something like that, and she like went in and was like, I can sing, and basically just like barged into their office and was like, ah, and they were like, fuck yeah, sign here.
Well, it's good that she.
She barged
she-
in and made a sheep sound.
Yeah, bah.
It's good that she.
Thank you,
like,
Arizona. Ma'am, this is Barbados.
If she did get like taken advantage of from like a talent agency, it's good that she clearly got out of that.
Well,
And,
that's
like,
not what I was saying.
No,
I
no,
wasn't
no.
saying she
I'm
got it-
saying, I'm
that's
saying
a
that like
common enough
that's a really
thing.
common.
It's par
thing.
for the course.
Like if someone goes into those agencies, that someone's been taking advantage of them, and it's clear that she's kind of moved past into her own world, which is awesome. So.
Didn't Babyface perform something?
Last night?
Yeah.
No, I think it was just her.
No. Like
Oh, you're-
before, it was like
you're-
the pre-national
Oh,
anthem.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I can't remember what that was.
So, well, the only reason I bring this up is I think it was like America the Beautiful or something. And so Babyface performed it, and I saw somebody just like on Facebook going off like there is someone whose professional name is Babyface.
I
who's
saw that
perform-"
too.
And I was just like, you don't know who Babyface is, do you? And I was like, I don't think you, because they were like, isn't that fucking hilarious that they chose that name? And I was like, oh man, this looks much worse on you than it does
Yeah.
like Babyface, who's like an icon of the 90s.
Yeah.
It's so fucking.
And probably
funny.
like 80s too. I think he had a lot to do with like Boys to Men, which is like 80s to 90s. Like, yeah, I was just like, you look like an idiot here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Do we have time to do our other thing? How long have we been going?
We've been going
40
for
minutes.
40 minutes.
I feel like we should just push off what we had going, or what do we do?
I think we can. maybe save it for another time. 'Cause
Yeah, I feel like
pretty,
we've had a good episode.
It's a pretty timeless thing right now.
It's
so.
pretty and it's a really deep topic. Like
Yeah, exactly.
I think if you're cool with it, we can say what we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
and
we'll do it in a week or two.
and we can kind of we'll lead you guys into when we do this topic. But we want to start we want to do a topic on like AI and art. And just kind of how we feel about that. And then we have some, like, Jackson came up with some nice little, like, activities for us to do with the AI.
like little play mats where we're gonna like give the computer the
Coloring
crayons,
book.
not the crowns, the crayons. Well, before
About the
you know,
cranes?
yeah, the cranes,
Cranes,
whatever. So let's look at the top 30 according to KTLA 5. LA's very own of the Super Bowl performances.
Before we do that, real
Oh,
quick,
they're not fucking ranked. Actually, fuck you, KTLA.
I think that
Do you
was
not-
just a list.
do you not think Princess was good?
No, I think it was
It's
good.
just annoying to hear
um,
about so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I was-
Also, the aspect of most of the people saying that probably haven't actually watched it. They've just read somewhere online like,
Yeah.
the Prince one was the best one. I'm
I
gonna
would
say that.
I was saying that the other performances, like when I saw a snippet of AC/DC's, and I was like, this is not very good.
Right.
Um,
I will.
Because the problem with doing the Legacy Act stuff was like you have people performing past when they're good at performing
their
live.
expiration date.
Like,
yeah.
not
I-
to say you can't perform when you're
honestly-
a certain age, but like that's a big gig to do if you're older.
I'd also
Yeah.
say a big thing is that like a lot of those performers aren't like used to the production level of a
Right.
Super Bowl.
Of course, yeah.
Like they're gonna lean into let's do the whole like play instruments thing, and like most of the reason all that stuff's pre-recorded is not because they don't trust people to like play their instruments. It's just like a security measure.
There's
It's
too
like,
much pressure. It's
Yeah.
like when
It's also a
Beyonce
fucking
sang
nightmare.
at Obama's inauguration.
Yeah.
It's like she was like, yeah, of course that was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the biggest gig of my fucking life.
But like she it wasn't that it was like people hear this and they're like, wow, it's pre-recorded, and they're not thinking what pre-recorded means.
yeah.
Beyonce
It was probably that day.
sang that maybe the day before, maybe that
Yeah.
day, but she sang that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not.
and-
It's not just playing the recording off the album or something.
Right.
Well, and then people are like, but mistakes are part of like the beauty. It's like, what? But like, we don't
What,
need
you
that
pay to see
now.
people
Not in
make
front of
fucking
150 million
mistakes?
people.
Yeah,
No.
we don't need to see these people make these crazy mistakes.
Also,
Yeah.
like, you're complaining about this, and if Rihanna specifically went up there and had one sour note, you would be hounding on her for that.
Yep.
You'd be hounding on her for anything because that's just the type of person you are.
Yep.
Like, shut up.
Outside of the Super Bowl, I will always prefer hearing live music as it happens.
And that's fair. It's okay to have the
Yeah.
preference,
Yeah.
but to shout so fucking loud and
Right.
discredit
Well, like-
someone, it's like, dude, Rihanna's 34, you're 60. It's just like, shut up.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're
The
fine.
halftime show is basically just a big, like, to some degree, like a music video thing, and it's the experience of it. Like you were saying, they perform everything to the camera, and that's like the whole point.
Yeah.
It's an
It's
over
like-
the top.
It's
Here-
not meant to be like, oh, here's the live concert everybody gets to watch. 'cause that's
Right.
not how
If
it
you go to
works.
Disney World and you sit down at a show and Mickey Mouse is performing in front of you, are you going to bitch about how this fucking Mickey Mouse isn't actually singing in front of you? No, you're sitting there enjoying, like, wow, there's fucking fireworks. He's dancing his ass off. The drummer's live. Mickey Mouse isn't, but whatever. You're having a good time.
people complaining are probably complaining about that too.
Well, and
Why wasn't Mickey Mouse a cartoon?
It's just as valuable as seeing, your favorite artist actually performing live.
yeah, it would be really great if it made logistical sense to have every single artist perform everything perfectly live and zero tracks and whatever. But like that's just not the way it goes. There's a reason that we have tracks when it's live. There's a reason that rock bands have tracks now. There's a reason that everyone. It's like it doesn't like take down the musicianship of these people. It's just like it's a safety mechanism.
Exactly.
Yeah. I have one small hot goss item.
Yeah, let's do it.
I have
These
one
Super
too.
Bowl lists suck, like real hard, like real bad.
So I'm sure you guys all see the Megan Fox MGK shit?
No.
They broke up.
Okay.
Now
Oh, Adam's crying.
they didn't.
they were
didn't-
together.
They were engaged.
Oh,
They
okay.
didn't
Oh,
announce.
do we need to desecrate the statue?
No,
the
keep it
totem?
there. It's next to Lars.
It's very important.
They didn't announce a breakup. Megan Fox deleted all the pictures they have on Instagram.
Well, that's a breakup. that.
She then unfollowed everyone except for like Eminem, Harry Styles, and like someone else.
Yeah.
It was me. The third one was me.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
you. It was you. And then she deleted her Instagram.
Nice.
Now the funny thing outside of all of that is that I don't know. Did you guys ever see MGK's engagement ring to Megan Fox?
Wasn't the one that like it's specifically painful?
It has like thorns on it, so it hurts to take off.
Yeah.
What a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
What a psychopath.
So I'm glad Megan Fox got out of there. That's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully she got the ring off and didn't have to like go get surgery or something for like thorns
You
just
can just cut it
piercing
off,
her.
probably.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
If you don't want to keep it at that point.
My hot goss is, did you see the announcer in Australia or somewhere accidentally announced a new Foo Fighters record?
Can you say it in an Australian accent?
No.
No, I didn't see that.
But at the end, he was talking about like the Foo Fighters summer tours, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm really excited to hear the new record in March."
You're like, that's oddly specific.
Yeah, and then apologized for spoiling the fact that they have a new record coming out in March.
Was this like an interview?
No, I was just a radio announcer.
Huh. Yeah,
That's
so they got it
incredible.
sent
Isn't that
for
crazy?
like review or
That's
something.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" Thanks for spoiling that.
Since you guys didn't actually watch the Super Bowl, if we're allowed to call it that without getting sued.
Yeah, the big game.
Yeah.
shit
Dave
fucked
Grohl
me
was
up.
in a commercial.
Oh, the Crown.
Yeah, the Crown Royal.
That was so
we
funny.
saw those.
It was
so
great,
funny.
yeah.
So good.
It's like
You guys
this
should
couldn't
explain-
have been made for a better like cast. on
Yeah.
that.
You guys should explain that Super Bowl thing because
I think we
Hagen
talked
explained
about it.
that to me.
Didn't I mention it last week?
Pretty sure we talked about it last week.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
It has to.
You mentioned it to me at a bar.
Yeah. Well,
But-
I didn't know that it has to be called the big game or something else.
Yeah, me neither.
And,
Yeah, because
and
it's
it
trademarked.
costs so much fucking money to use Super Bowl. Interestingly enough, total side note, but like I watch a lot of like Twitch and a lot of streamers, and there's this one streamer who hates Twitch and thinks that they're like corrupt and is kind of investing in this other small streaming company that they mostly just do like gambling streams. And funny enough, the other guy mostly just does gambling streams. So of course he invested in the place he can do his gambling streams. But him and another streamer who are really big on Twitch both streamed on the other platform to each roughly 100,000 concurrent viewers, just the Super Bowl. Just them watching the Super Bowl, and it wasn't like a watch party thing where like you have it off this. It was just the Super Bowl on the screen live. Like they're gonna get hit with a fucking
That's going to be a big lawsuit.
huge fucking lawsuit. Yeah,
There was like
yeah.
a thing for a while where like streamers all around like YouTube, TikTok, and yada yada were like trying to like poke holes in that, like, hey, like you guys demonetize people for doing this. I have this huge platform, like demonetize me for this, and they would like stream whole like seasons of like SpongeBob or like like Dragon Ball Z, some type of anime.
Yeah.
And like that was their form of protest, but like there was a lot of people who were like, fuck yeah, I can just watch SpongeBob now.
Yeah, so there was actually like it was like part of the whole streaming meta for a while, which was just like watching TV.
Yeah.
It was like they would watch like MasterChef. That was a huge one people would watch. It was different anime, and then like one streamer used it as like they reached out to Twitch and got a planned ban because they watched an anime, and then they
Yeah.
used that to announce that they were doing something, like they were partnering with Crunchyroll basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fun stuff.
I'm gonna guess that next year Harry Styles does the halftime show.
I thought he was gonna say dies. I was like, okay, cool.
No.
What's the over under on that, baby?
People bet on everything for the Super
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah,
the color
yeah.
of the Gatorade.
The color, and then also how long the Star Spangled Banner is.
Oh my god.
When that Spectre James Bond movie was coming out, there was a huge betting pool on whether or not Radiohead was doing the song. And then there was a lot of drama because Sam Smith ended up doing the song.
Yeah.
But then it came out, well, Radiohead did do a song, but
Yeah, they
the
recorded one.
filmmakers
Yeah.
said, no, we're going to go a different direction. And Tom York was super spicy about it. But it's
I
like,
love that. It's called Spectre, right?
yeah, it's a
love that
great
song.
song. But like, then it's like, well, do the people who bet that it was happening, like there was this whole thing. And
Yeah.
I just love that people were gambling on who does the James Bond song? Who does it?
I mean, people go bet on anything at this
Yeah,
point.
it's crazy.
Did anybody
Wild.
see any of the performance the commercials?
Just a few, but
I saw that
Some,
the Tubi one. Did you see that one?
I haven't seen any.
That one
Dude,
was
it's
great because it
fucking
made all
hilarious.
the guys in the room that were not me panic.
It was a.
They were like, turn the fucking channel back. What the fuck are you doing?
It was the two announcers for the Super Bowl, and then it looks like you're at the home
Like
screen
switching
of your TV
video streams.
and somebody selects Tubi and then starts scrolling through and goes to another thing.
That's so funny.
And there were like people smashing their TVs. There were fist fights. There were like people
Everybody
yelling.
paying attention in that room lost their shit.
That's
And
so
I was just
fucking
like, that was great.
Oh my god.
It's very Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
That's that
So
company.
funny.
Hagen saw the Flash trailer.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Batman trailer.
Yeah.
You went,
How
yeah.
the fuck why do you want to talk about it, man?
I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I watched all the trailers. I watched the Indiana Jones one. I watched the
I didn't want to see that one. So
Guardians one. I watched there was another Marvel one, I think. I can't remember
probably
what it was.
Ant-Man.
No,
Indiana Jones.
It's Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
There's a new Fast and Furious one.
Oh, family.
Fast and the
Family.
Furious 10?
Yeah, it's 10.
Yeah, it's
Is it 10?
X.
Yeah,
definitely
it's-
the last one, right?
Definitely the
No,
fastest.
the 11th is the last one.
It's definitely the fastest.
No, they announced that the
fast
11th.
one, but yeah,
It's the 11th. That's the last one, I believe.
I don't know. I don't care.
No, like they've announced.
I'm
this.
sure they did, but they're gonna make it 12.
Paul Walker's going to be in that shit. And it's just going to be like, no, stop.
Yeah, for
We
real.
don't need this fucking spooky ghost on camera.
CGI Paul Walker.
Also, I haven't seen any of these movies. I think I stopped after Tokyo Drift.
Nice.
Thank you.
I'm
I'm
proud of
very
you.
brave.
Yeah, you are. It's true.
Yeah.
It's very, very true.
I hate family. So,
What are you listening to? Not your family.
yeah.
I gotta make that a sound.
So specifically, the band I've been listening to most this week is Cloud Nothings, which I believe I mentioned this like a few years back when I saw them in Austin, and that was the show that I just like went deaf. Like actually, like my
We
it
talked
sounded like I had like a pillow over my ears for like a whole week, and that was super frustrating. Even though I had like protection in, I was wearing a condom. But then
Again,
like
I'm glad I didn't take a drink of this.
then
That's
after,
that's not how. That's not going to help you.
I was putting the condoms in my ear.
Oh,
They're lubricated
They kept
so they can
falling
go
out.
deeper.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said it
just-
worked pretty good apparently.
and then
Yeah.
you pull it out and there's just a bunch of cum inside.
maybe that's why my hearing's fucked. No, that's
I don't know
fine.
if that's cancelable.
I regularly have cum in my ear.
Come on, are you kidding me?
I don't know. It's for not making enough cum jokes.
Oh, sure, that's what it's for.
Yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of their. Afterwards, I listened to their music. And I was like, man, they were like their music's real good. I like it, but it's like it sucked that it was so loud.
Yeah.
But I listened to like 3 of their records this week. But also, that band Yola Tango came out with a new record, and that's a name I've heard for so many years, just never listened to. Apparently, they've been a band since like late '80s. They're from Hoboken, New Jersey, and they released a new record on Friday.
Hoboken?
Yeah, Hoboken.
Okay.
And everyone was like, "Man, it's so good." And I listened to it, and I was like, "This is fine." So, like, what I'm
Yeah.
asking here, I'm not trying to frustrate anyone who's a huge Yola Tango fan, because I guarantee a specific listener, Tony, is a huge Yola Tango fan. If you can just recommend me any of their records that's not that really big one and the most recent one, because I did listen to the big one, which is the I Can Hear the Heart Beating as One, and there were some good songs on there, but I didn't love it. And maybe that's my answer, is I just don't love the
It
band.
might just
Yeah.
not be
I-
for you then, yeah.
At first, as soon as the that record started, I like turned to my partner. I was like, "This is like if Sonic Youth wasn't boring." And then 4 songs later, I was like, "I was wrong. This is boring."
Like Sonic Youth.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah. What you guys been listening to, Dave?
The new Paramore record. This Is Why. 10 songs. I think it's 35 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I think it's a grower.
Yeah, I think most people are saying that the album is like it's a really great start to what they're going to be doing like later.
Yeah.
Like it feels like the beginning of something different for them, and it's not bad, but it's just like it hasn't really found its legs yet.
Yeah, and I think they're getting to a good place where they have an amalgamation of all their sounds, and they're figuring out how to make it all work coherently.
Yeah.
But the first 3 songs are really good. That's when I texted you like, "Oh shit, Paramore,"
Yeah.
and then you said, "Does it fuck?"
It's a fair question.
That
Yeah.
is- it's a fair question.
Does
I'm
it
just
fuck?
glad I wasn't teaching.
Does it fuck or is it baby shoes?
That's true. This is
That's the rating scale.
I gave you an olive branch this week by like saying like, oh, you can call me baby shoes. It happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gave you a college branch.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe an Olive
you didn't know
Garden.
what to do with it.
You guys went to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
You want to go to Olive Garden this weekend?
No.
You don't want a lot of fettuccine Alfredo before we get on stage.
Oh, that
And
sounds so
breadsticks.
good.
I'd rather be hungry. One time we played a show in Louisiana and I that whole day did not eat. And I had some popcorn because we went to see Old Man Logan. What was that movie called?
Logan.
Logan. I mean, sorry, that's the comic.
Yeah, it wasn't that far off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the movie wasn't called Old Man Logan.
I mean, in Louisiana,
In Louisiana,
it
it
was.
could have been.
It's like in
true,
Japan
yeah.
how they'll have different like names for a
Yeah.
movie, or like
Yeah.
in Europe. That's how it is in the South. It was
Yeah.
we got Old Man Logan, and it was spelled that way too. But yeah, and all I had was some popcorn that day. I don't even think we got popcorn. I think I was too embarrassed to buy popcorn with like 10 other guys. I don't know why that's embarrassing.
Wait,
Yeah, that's
I
weird.
thought that was the day that we ate. You wouldn't have eaten at the crawfish place. That's right.
Yeah. But basically, I didn't eat all day, and I was like, I'm so fucking tired. And I think it was you who were like, you haven't eaten all day, and I was like, fuck, you're right. And then I found like a McAllister's, and like I ate, and it like changed my life.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm ready to play the show tonight.
Fuck yeah. Well, Jackson, you gave me what I'm listening to this week. The Beth's album is so fucking good.
Yeah, right. It's so
It's
good.
so-
I wish I had heard it last year.
Fucking good.
Yeah.
It is, and it's
That
so.
opening track.
Oh my
title
God,
track.
dude.
Opening two
yeah,
tracks.
that's the one you were like, hey, you should listen to that.
Yeah,
I did. It was great.
It's so funny because right
I guess
after
I need to go listen to this now.
it's so
do.
fucking good. So right after we had done our episode,
Let's cancel our show and go to that.
sold out.
Fuck. Yeah. Makes sense. It's a small venue.
But so right after we had done our episode, the next day at work, coworker walks in and he goes, "Hey, have you heard of the Beths?" And I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy! I just heard about them and just listened to them. It's great." He's like, "It's fucking great." And then he said that he was watching some interview. I guess the guitar player uses Earthquaker devices, and because they're in New Zealand, you can like go in front of a panel and audition and play your music, and they'll just write you a check and say, "Go make music." So that album and the
Yeah.
album before are government-funded albums.
That's so cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's a similar process in Canada, too.
Fuck, that's so cool.
You guys are saying the Beths more confidently than I was. Whenever I said it, I was like, I don't want it to sound like I'm saying the best.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I told people about it in the van this weekend, they were like, what is it? The
Yeah,
Beth?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, the Beths. The Beths.
It's the type of name that I think they did this on purpose, but like when it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, that feels wrong. Like I didn't say that right.
Yeah.
But maybe for them it's the Biths. There's something like that. The Biths.
Give you mine.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'll give you my cancel butt.
Yeah, fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
So
that's
then-
Australia. Fuck.
One more
Crikey.
thing I'll say is that I mentioned last week Theo Katzman released a single. He officially announced he is starting his own label production company called 10 Good Songs. And his album I guess was the kind of first official release, but the label wasn't official yet. So the first official release is I mentioned her, May Erlewine. She has a single called More Time, and the whole premise of the label is exactly like his album is. All of the songs are recorded live. They're recorded with no one's wearing headphones, and you just play and go. And it's like the song More Time is beautiful. It just blew me away. So if you're interested in that kind of like raw like capturing of music, keep an eye out for the record label 10 Good Songs. They're gonna keep dropping really great
And
shit.
don't watch the Super Bowl performance.
Yeah, indeed.
Just go listen to that.
Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. I also learned that the keyboard player that is playing with Theo is not Lee Pardini, but it's a guy named, I think it's Jacob Mackey's his name. I'll have to double check. But he has like solo stuff as well. But he also plays with Pliny, and he plays with like a lot of other like great fucking people. Like he's an awesome.
Good for him.
Yeah, I was blown away by the diversity of that piano player.
Album?
Well, speaking of Theo Katzman, I listened to Wolfpack's new album, which
Nice.
you mentioned a couple weeks ago, a month
Yeah.
ago at this
Yeah.
point, which came out at the end of last year. It's really great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna now just listen to everything they come out with because I've liked everything I've listened to at this point. from
Yeah,
them.
what just follow just that family of musicians.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it seems great. I also like that they have their own font. I think that's
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should, if you haven't looked into the other antics that Jack Stratton has done, like he did like the
Sleepify.
whole, he did Sleepify, which was like the silent album thing on
Right,
Spotify.
yeah.
But then he also wrote a book that was like how to make a certain amount of money by selling books, and it's just one copy priced that amount.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's like a bit genius. He does so many. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to Soul Glow's record last year?
No, I didn't.
I think I listened to that a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, Hagen would really like this, but I forgot to tell you.
Soul Glows.
Yeah,
Okay.
Soul Glow.
It's like GLOS, right?
Yeah, no, just GLL.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I think you'd really like it. It's like punk rap, kind of.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I listened to a record that like the first 4 songs, I was like, oh, Adam would really like this, and then it just kept going. I was like, no, this actually sucks.
Too much.
No, this sucks.
This is why I thought of the guy, because so the keyboard player Dave McKay, he plays for Theo. On his list he has Theo, Art Garfunkel, Brandy Carlisle, Pliny, Pomplamoose, and more. And then he has his solo stuff too.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a pretty
Yeah.
good resume.
Yeah, that's great.
pretty crazy. Anybody got anything else they want to add?
Just the shows that we're playing.
Oh yeah,
Oh fuck.
we got a plug. We got a plug. So this weekend, our band Moniker, MNKR, is going on the road. We're going to be playing in Austin, Houston, and San Marcos in that order. Thursday the 16th. Yep, Thursday the 16th. Friday the 17th, and then Saturday the 18th. That's Austin, Houston, San Marcos. Be at the Mohawk in Austin. We'll be at Bohemios, right? Is that what
Yeah,
it's called?
in Houston.
In Houston,
and then
then
Jack's.
yeah,
in
Jack's
San
Roadhouse.
Marcos. Yeah.
Roadhouse, so it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I told my dad about these shows, and he was like, "You playing in DFW anytime soon?" I was like, "No." And he goes, "Oh man, it's like you're actually on tour." I was like, "Yeah, Dad, it is like I'm actually on tour."
This
It's
whole
a tour, Dad.
This whole music thing might pay off.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you're in any of those cities, or if you have friends that are in those cities, please tell them to come out to the shows. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're really excited.
Yeah.
We're really, really excited to hit the road, go play some fun music. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe whatever podcast app you are using. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that like button, because
Do you have the sign off like written on
yeah, I
your
wrote, I
phone?
wrote, I wrote,
Okay.
I wrote a guide
You had
out.
to point it out.
Yeah, no, I did.
I wrote a guide out because I was done with.
Yeah,
I
I get it.
I still stutter anyway, but I was like, this reduces that chance.
Yeah.
I'm off my flow. So yeah, please hit the like button. Like Jackson says, it's free. See, that's in the notes too.
I made a
you're-
lip noise. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the listeners.
And also, liking really, really does help the algorithm on YouTube. Like that's pretty much like the main thing that pushes us in the algorithm. So it helps us a lot if you like the video. And if you're on social media, you can find us DFTA Podcast on Instagram. Don't Be the Artist on TikTok. Posting decent amount there. So come see it. Drop a follow. Please drop a follow. Please like. That also helps a lot with the algorithm on that. And if you have any thoughts, questions, topic ideas, Super Bowl opinions, email us at superbowl@don'tfeedtheartist.com.
I think we might get sued if we use that as an email.
Email us at thebigGame@don'tfeedtheartist.com.
But I feel like every now and again we should reiterate that
Yeah.
you can email us at anything at don'tfeedtheartist.com.
Yeah, if you can put anything you want to at don'tfeedtheartist.com.
The more creative, the more likely we will respond.
Yeah, I mean, just any email is great. We'll take it.
I mean, yeah.
Except for those
Accurate.
ones that it's like, oh, do you want to come see my band perform? Or like,
Or
fuck
asking
that.
if you want to have, we want you to have, well, yeah.
Mark Cuban wants
Great.
to give you money.
Yeah, like Mark
what I was
Cuban's
trying to think of, yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
app.
Mark Cuban
Fun-
wants to buy your podcast, but not really.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on this like artist agency, their list, but it's like, hey, look, we don't know DJs, so it's like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, good for y'all. I hope you do well, but like, wrong guys.
Yep. Or if you don't want to email us, you can DM us on all the social media platforms.
Or just drive around Denton and yell loud
yell,
enough.
yeah.
yeah, one of us will hear it.
Of 3 of 4 of us
Yeah.
will likely hear.
Adam won't respond.
You can DM us or drop a comment on the YouTube video. Say hi, say what's up, give us your Super Bowl opinion. Anybody got anything else?
In Denton, do you guys prefer Murder Kroger or Rat Kroger? Just something to chew on. Just something to chew on.
Fuck off! Get me the towel!